unit test case. So I will copy this class name here, and here I'll go Alt Insert Java class Control V test. So we have got this test class here. To save some time, I will copy it from the previous chapter. So just I went to chapter 13 and I will copy from here both the unit test cases and setup method and Control C, and let me Control V here. Okay, now we will make important changes as required for this chapter. So first of all, I need to change this as whitelisting, right? And similarly, I will provide this constructor where, let me change it to chix maybe. And okay, so for the setup method, I will change the name of the serialized file as this. Okay, so this part is looking good. Now, let me change the name of the, let's go to test serialize method, unit test case, sorry, and Java Koja with, I will mark it a whitelisting to make it simple. Similarly, I will copy the same for test deserialize, okay, with whitelisting. Let's move back here. Okay, now I need to create a Pojo object for our chapter 14 class, which is market data whitelisting. Okay, and as we have seen that only these three fields we have whitelisted: security ID, time, and last. All the other fields are not a part of serialization process because we have only whitelisted these three fields: security ID, time, and last. So we expect that all the remaining fields should not be serialized to the stream of bytes here when we do this type object. Okay, so our test serialize is looking good. Now let's check what we get back after we deserialize this stream of bytes. So of course, I mean, we will get the object back, and because security ID, we are serializing it, so it should be coming back as Apple, and time should be also getting same as what we have serialized. Now for open, high, low, and close, all should be not serialized or deserialized, right? So it should be coming back as 0D. I copy this and I will do Shift or Insert, then choose the columns here and do Control V and Shift or Insert again to go back to the normal mode. Okay, so get, open, high, low, close, all these are marked as 0D. And similarly, the market data provider is also not a part of serialization process. Okay, one thing I forgot is that it should be coming back as false because this is also not serialized. Should be false then. On the last, time, and security ID. These three fields are the part of serialization and deserialization process. And once we get this, it should be null. So null, right? And let me remove this too. So Control Y. Okay. So let me revise here. So we have serialized all the fields, but we know that only these three fields are going to be serialized and deserialized back. Now let's run the test case and see whether it's all good or not. One thing I missed to cast it back to the correct chapter 14 object, which is should be market data whitelisting. Okay. I will Control Alt L. Now let's run this test case. I will run it here. We can also run Control Shift F10. So I just click the test cases are running now. Okay. We can see that both the test cases run well. And here, once we see that before the serialization, all these fields that we have put, which are not marked as serialized, are coming back as 0 as a default value. And only the last field is coming as the value which was serialized, same as 161.9, and remaining all other fields is level 1 false, so all null, because this is the effect of whitelisting. So let's revise this, that what we have learned in this chapter is, so we have got our disposal class where we have got set of fields. We have got a reference object, we have got string variable and primitive longs, doubles, and boolean. And we only want to choose only few fields out of all these fields to be the part of serialization and deserialization. And for that, we have to create this private static final array of ObjectStreamField, where we choose all those fields or whitelist all those fields. So we have chosen like 3 fields: security ID, time, and last. Security ID was marked as string. And for the primitives, we used long.type. I mean, the syntax would be exactly same. So these are the 3 fields of ObjectStreamField that we want to serialize and deserialize. Similarly, we have to override the write object and read object method accordingly. For the write object, we use ObjectOutputStream.putFields, which is sort of like a map where we actually put the key as the variable name and the value as the actual value of that variable. And similarly, we call the os.write fields, where we actually wrote all these 3 fields that we have chosen. Similarly, when we deserialize it back, we use the read object, and the read object is again taking from the object input stream. We call this read fields method, which returns us our object input stream.getField. And then from these fields, we get restore or deserialize all those variables which we have serialized before. So guys, this was all about chapter 14 using ObjectStreamField. In the next video, we will cover chapter 15, which is protecting sensitive information. By sensitive information, we mean that passwords or account details or login details, etc. So see you all in the next video.